Welcome, hockey fans, to Cockburn Ice Arena for the last time this long week, 2 weeks or 10 days of super tournament action. The grand final gold medal match between New South Wales and South Australia. With me, Evan Locke in the box. This is Chris Langell bringing you the play-by-play.
One last one, Chris.
I'm almost talked out, you know. But
you may be,
those
yes.
that know me will say, no, that's impossible.
No.
Yesterday, both these teams got into the final. South Australia beating Victoria 2-1 with 2 third-period goals, one by Kudelka, and with 1:11 to go, Song buried the biscuit for the win. South Australia, the underdog going into that game, the underdog in this game, we'll see what they can do. They're going to be missing Hudson Ells, who's I've seen limping around on crutches. Luca Loria, that'll be a big loss as well. And Zach Murphin, the starting goaltender, is out with, I guess, a minor injury, and major enough to keep him out of the box. And so starting in goal will be Riley Knapp, number 39.
Knapp's here in front of us. He was the vocal leader off the bench the last game. We'll see what he can do for this game. That's a lot of outs and a lot of key outs for South Australia. So they've got a bit to overcome there, but it's always next man up when it comes to it, or next person up. See how this gold medal goes.
That's right. And for New South Wales, they got here the hard way with an exciting overtime win yesterday over Queensland. Unexpected. Queensland punching above their weight in that game. They came to play, and it took a overtime goal 46 seconds in by Remler Jensen to seal the deal for New South Wales as they took the lead twice, and South Australia came back twice. Queensland came back twice and forced that overtime. New South Wales with the tying goal. That first goal, or was it the second goal, that ripper bar down on the back bar, out it so quick that the referees didn't call it initially. We could see it on the replay. It was a definite goal.
It was, yes.
One of the officials did see that went in, so that was called, and New South Wales was able to tie it. Then, of course, get the victory in overtime.
Absolutely excellent job by the officials making that call, and it was both games yesterday absolute barn burners. Finishing off with that overtime victory in the end, it was quite it was a perfect ending to yesterday's semifinals. Certainly hoping for a same kind of back and forth and close and a battle like we had yesterday here in the gold medal match.
That's right. And starting in goal for New South Wales, number 1, Kai Stoli. Stoli, the goalie, he'll get the start in this important gold medal matchup between these two teams. As the two teams warm up, the officials winning the right to officiate this final game of the National Under-18 Sid Tange Memorial Trophy Championship. With the red stripes on Fraser Olsen and Casper Russellhuber, and on the lines Jake O'Brien and local product, along with Fraser Olsen, Owen Coral. So officials, as I said in the Ginsburg gold medal broadcast, they compete to who wins this this final assignment, the plum assignment of the tournament for this National Under-18 Championship.
Yeah, prestigious assignment, I'm sure, for them. Feeling good about the fact that they've earned the right to be here and officiate this game.
The 401 is full. The stands are almost full as the two teams go through their warm-ups.
Great to see the crowd here today. Obviously, no WA in the final, but yet the stands are just about full, as Chris just mentioned. Great to see the turnout here in Perth.
Let's go through the lineups for today's gold medal final. Oh, we've already done that, haven't we? No, we haven't.
We just talked about who was out.
I just talked about who was out. That's right.
That's right.
Through the lineups for the last time.
One last time. Well, let's go around.
For the visiting South Australia side.
All right, for South Australia, we've got Blake Ong, number 10. Number 11, Mickey Noddle. Number 12, Jack Fody. 17, Etienne Janowski. 19, Jeremy Gagnon. 21, Youngan Song.
The game winner yesterday in that semifinal.
That was a huge one. 33, Max Markart. 73, Zach Hannon. 40, Ilya Truss. 46, Dominic Trinka. 50, Gabriel Kudelka. 66, Damon Von Einem. 91, Nikita Loria. 39, Riley Knapp is our goaltender, our starting goaltender. Lachlan Henley is our reserve. And due to the fact that Murphin is out, we have Henry Gallagher as the E-Bug. Head coach, Jeremy Friedrich. Assistant coaches, Jared Siemens and Andrew Chen. And team manager is Vetka Kudelkova.
And for the home side for this final, New South Wales, number 2, Ben McGrath. Number 3, Ethan Alford. Number 7, Taj Lowry. Number 9, Gustav Remler Jensen with that winner in overtime yesterday in the semifinal. Number 10, Max Boo. Number 11, Czeslaw Kulinich. Number 18, Archie Hearn. Number 19, Colby Schumack. Number 21, James O'Connell. Number 22, Aidan Downey. Number 26, Tom Garris. Number 29, Logan Brody, the leading scorer for the tournament. Number 37, Sam Nalos. 39, his brother, I believe, Ruben Nalos. 59, Declan Downey. Number 77, Jacob Zill. Number 79, Hayden Boyd. 44, Louis Mahar in goal as the backup today. And number 1, Kai Stoll, the starter for today's matchup. Head coach Derek Downey, assistant Anthony Zakos, team manager Reba Mahar, again, depending on what part of the world you're from. And as I said, the officials, Fraser Olsen, Casper Russellhuber, with the red armbands on, and Jake O'Brien and Owen Coral, earning the right to referee and officiate this gold medal final.
That goal yesterday, the overtime goal by Remler Jensen, obviously an exciting time when you score an overtime goal. I will say that our producer Cass had an amazing picture of him going against the boards with the glass to celebrate. I'm not sure if that made it to social media overnight, but I'm certainly hoping it did because it was a great one.
Yeah, and as we commented yesterday, hitting the glass and trying to bounce off it like you do in a normal rink is a bit of a risky venture, as the glass is set in concrete and indeed. Steel. Doesn't move at all.
You're like a mosquito on a windshield or a windscreen.
Some great features of this Cockburn Ice Arena. A few idiosyncrasies, but hey, some of the rinks we play in the AIHL and tournaments around Australia don't even have glass. They've got netting around the boards, and that presents even greater challenges.
That's right. Yes, indeed.
The whistle goes. Warm-up's over as we get set for the opening face-off of this gold medal matchup. New South Wales to the right of the camera. South Australia defending the goal to the left for this first period. The sounds of the rink. Official start time was supposed to be 1 p.m. We're at 1:15, so only 15 minutes late today, which is good value. If you're tuning in at home, wherever you are, overseas, the rest of Australia, welcome to the broadcast. We hope you enjoy it. Two teams come to their respective benches. Players loading up. Nice split screen view of the goaltenders as they warm up. Excitement in the building. Standing room packed around the glass behind the New South Wales goal. Some of the VIPs and IHA executive and officials behind the glass to the scoreboard end. Stands look pretty full, considering WA is not involved. A lot of the teams here, including the Ginsburg teams, watching the game as we get set for the opening face-off. Fraser Olsen with the puck. Trinka up against Brody. And it goes into the New South Wales zone behind the goal. Number 3 for the New South Wales. Chips it around behind the net. Boo takes a big hit. We're going to get the first penalty of the game.
That didn't take long.
That didn't take long as Boo taken into the boards with a hit right in the numbers and coming to the bench. I think that's the captain, 46. Dom Trinka. Dom Trinka.
46 South Australia, 2 minutes, boarding.
He's going to get 2 for boarding, and he'll sit in the box for 2 or less. This potent New South Wales power play, 38% on the power play on 22 opportunities. South Australia, 84% on the penalty kill. 2 shorthanded goals for them in this tournament. Back to the blue line, shot right into the breadbasket of Riley Knapp. I'm not 100% sure on the setup for South Australia. I think Knapp is normally the backup goalie to Murphin. Murphin's seen most of the playing time this tournament. Unfortunately, Murphin with an injury, serious enough for him to stay out of the action. Face-off win, back to the blue line. On to the half boards, Remler Jensen. Good stick. Nice stick, and out comes South Australia. Gagnon, he dumps it in deep. Up onto the half boards, picked off. Back comes New South Wales. Remler Jensen down the left side. He cuts the outside of the ice. Gets taken down. Good play by number 66 for South Australia, Von Eyman. Back behind the goal, looking for that option. On the pass out from behind the net. That's Brody, can't get it to go. Good save by Knapp. Back to the blue line. That's Brody there. Takes the shot through the screen. It's loose. Off the boards. Back to Brody. Across the top of the slot. Hard shot. That gets wide and banged in by Garris. Number 28 I've got. 18, Archie Hearn. No, number 23. I don't have him on my list either. That's number 23 for New South Wales with the goal. We'll see who that is. New South Wales.
Not listed on esports desk either.
Not on esports desk. Just check for just a second.
We'll wait for the official score.
Off the face-off, into the zone. That Song picks it up. That happened yesterday. James O'Connell was on the ice, but not on my list. Number 21. Back into the zone it goes. Into the corner, battling for it. New South Wales, it comes to the front of the net. Just misses the South Australia player. That's number 10, Ung. Back into the zone it goes. 66, Von Eyman gets it over onto the wing to the blue line. Stopped by Nalos. Dumped back into the zone. That's going to go for icing. His back for it is Noddle. I'm just waiting for esports desk update to see who that is, number 23.
Still waiting on it, yes.
I've got it up on my phone. Garris. They said 26, but I thought he had 23 on.
He definitely did, yeah.
So it was Garris.
Okay.
So 26, 23. We'll check that out. Puck goes behind the SA, or at New South Wales zone, back to the blue line. D-to-D, Noddle. He takes the wrist shot through a screen. That goes wide. South Australia pressing to try and get that goal back. But back comes New South Wales over the blue line. Number 71 takes it in. That's offside as he puts himself offside. Good stick by the South Australia defender.
Official score coming for the goal was 26 Garris. Power play goal at 13:48 from Remler Jensen and Brody. So that's Garris from Remler Jensen and Brody at 13:48 on the power play. 1-0 New South Wales.
I think the white numbers on his arm just looked like a 23. That was Garris that scored. Yeah, on the power play. On the blind side, weak side, Garris comes in on the forecheck. Back to the blue line. Over the line he comes. That's offside. As on the left side, number 18, Colby Schumack, was just over the line when Garris released that pass. Offside.
Conversations from the bench there with Schumack as skated by.
All
friendly.
some play words, yes.
All friendly.
Face-off won by SA. Noddle, he gets it into the zone, tries to chip it out. Intercepted. to the front of the net, goes behind. South Australia, that's 40, Truce. He gets it behind to Noddle. Noddle up onto the boards. That's Hannon, I think it is, number 73. He gets it out, tries to get it to the middle of the ice, picked off by South Australia, and back comes number 26, Garris. Gets it into the slot to Nalos, back up to the SA blue line, and back into the New South Wales zone it goes. Spinning, number 11, Kulinich. He gets it to number 19, up onto the wing to Garris, over the blue line. Garris puts it through the legs of the New South Wales forward at the blue line. That was number 33, Marquardt, behind the goal. In pursuit, Schumack. He puts it back behind the goal, takes the return pass. And again, that catch and release move. Down the ice it goes, 91. Loria, he goes hard to the net. Into the far corner, back to the blue line, up to Garris. Oh, that's Brody on the break-in. On the backhand, as he turned his stick over, that was Naughtle. Gets it out into the neutral zone. Off the skate of the New South Wales player. Onto the wing, Naughtle. Gets it to Ung. Over to Song, dumps it in deep. Back on it is Boyd. Goes behind the net. Ung, he bumps his man. Goes into the corner. Big hit on number 59 to the front of the net. That's a Song reverse hit as he goes down when he put the body on the New South Wales defender. Back into the corner it goes. Fody. He puts some pressure on the New South Wales player, breaking in over the blue line. Gets from the skate to a stick, brings it back to the front of the net. Chipped out into the neutral zone between the two defenders. Back into their zone they must go. New South Wales gets it forward. That bounces over everybody's stick. Down the ice. D to D behind the goal. Noddle. He's in after Brody. Pitches him out along the boards. Brody trying to get it off his skates onto his stick. Chipped ahead and out comes South Australia. Kept in at the blue line. Brought back in by Trinka. Not offside. Behind the goal, that's number 50, Kudelka. He rims it around the board. Picking it up is McGrath. He dumps it in. And out into the neutral zone it goes. Good pressure by New South Wales. Can't establish any consistent zone time as of yet. Fired across the slot to the front of the net. Off the pad. A great save by Knapp, but there for the rebound. That's number 21 it is for New South Wales. That's James O'Connell.
Or Mick Connell.
Mick Connell. Is it Mick Connell? I've got O'Connell written down.
A Connell of one kind or another.
Yeah, again, he wasn't on the list yesterday. Number 21. Not the list that I had. 2-0. Mick Connell it is from McGrath and Brody. I'll probably say O'Connell for the rest of the day now that I got it in my brain.
Great awareness by him, though, jumping on that puck and the rebound. Quick play on it, a quick shot. Put it down.
Back into the New South Wales, the puck goes. Good stick by number 33, Marquardt. Good stand up at the blue line. And it goes deep into the South Australia zone. After it, number 66, Von Eyman. Behind the goal. South Australia defense is going to have to step up here because they're missing their captain, number 97, Luca Loria. He's out of the game.
Captain and leader, yeah, he was. That's a big loss. Obviously, it's not one player that carries a team, but that is a big loss when you lose a leader and a player like that.
That's right. Face off to the left of Knapp. False start. They'll redo it. Into the zone. Won by New South. Nalos takes it behind the goal. Looking for an opening. Head up all the way. Off the skate of the referee in that case. Back to the blue line. Great move by number 19, Schumack. Back comes South Australia. Song, he dumps it into the zone. Skating onto it is Nikita Loria. D to D as Noddle chipped that back in the zone on the delayed offside. So come out over the blue line. Back comes New South Wales into the South Australia zone. Picked up by Kudelka. He comes back down the left side, looking to get past number 11, Kulinich. Kulinich pinches him out. Puck is loose in the New South Wales zone. Good forecheck by South Australia. Garris up at the far blue line, looking for that breakout pass. Cherry picking with the Seagulls, picking up the garbage. And there it goes, back into the zone. Trinka, he kicks it from his skates up onto his stick, gets the lead pass up onto the left side. On the weak side, again, South Australia adopting some of New South Wales tactics, putting that forward high on the weak side, looking for that breakout pass. Back to the blue line it comes. That's 66. Von Even to the front. That scores! On the high slot deflection. That puck makes its way past Kai Stoli. And South Australia gets one back. Comes within one.
Some great audio there for the audience.
Yeah, that was number 12, Jack Fody, with the deflection in front. A great shot from the blue line by number 66, Damon Van Eyman, for the deflection. 2-1 now, New South Wales. 7:20 to go in this first period. 7-1 shots on goal for New South Wales. It's chipped out of the zone. Back comes Trinka. He gets the blue line. Two New South Wales players back checking on him. Goes behind the net. Picked up by number 59. Downey out to the blue line, back in. After it is Fody, the goal scorer, to the blue line. And out comes number 22, I think that is, McGrath, to the blue line. That goes in. Bringing it out, South Australia down the ice. Number 17 with the shot, gets deflected over the glass and into the netting for a stoppage.
I probably should get a new phone, I think, Chris.
See what we got here.
Mine does not look to update as fast as yours does, that's for sure.
2-1 the score.
Look at that.
And there it is. Number 12, Jack Fody from Von Eyman and Trinka at 7:21 to make the score 2-1 for New South Wales. South Australia closing that gap in the New South Wales zone. Goes behind the goal, chipped up onto the wing. Loria after it in the corner. He gets checked by Alford behind the goal. To the far blue line, Noddle keeps it in, chips it behind. That's number 21 with it, Song. He reverses, loses control of it, up to the wing. Gustav Remler-Jensen gets it forward. In pursuit is Boo. He gets it on his skates into the corner, battling with Noddle. To the blue line. McGrath, he keeps it in off the skate. Out comes South Australia. Loria just failed to kick that up onto his stick, and back comes New South Wales into the zone. Chipped high, knocked down with a high stick by Brody, and that'll go for a stoppage and play at a face-off outside the South Australia line.
I'll tell you what, Chris, if I'm a South Australia player right now, I'm looking up at that scoreboard thinking, you know what, we've taken our lumps here this first bit. One shot on net, and yet we find ourselves only one goal down. I think that's a motivation in itself.
Yeah, not unlike yesterday's semifinal matchup. They got behind and then came back late.
Yep.
In this case, managed to get a goal halfway through the period to close within one. Back comes New South Wales. Just avoiding the hit was Remler-Jensen as he tries to put it one-handed to himself. Back up the wing it goes. That's number 17 getting it out into this New South Wales zone. Pursuing it behind the goal, reversing. Great play by Fody. Fody and number 19 on the forecheck. Gagnon in deep. That puck comes down the ice off the stick of Brody. That goes no icing. is in the opinion of the ref of the linesman.
I think he
beat it out. I thought he might have touched it.
I think that's what the alternate linesman was saying, was there was contact there.
I didn't think Brody got a stick on that clearing attempt. But what do I know? That's why I'm not an official. And just put the headset on and start talking. Back down comes New South Wales to the blue line. Trinka gets taken into the boards. He goes for a change. Out comes South Australia. Truce onto the ice. He's breaking. Dumped into the zone by Gabriel Kadelka. Around behind the net. Into the New South Wales zone. Marquardt after it. Back comes New South Wales. Brody makes that move that he does through the legs and can't catch up to it. Good defensive play. Onto the dasher boards. And that touches somebody on the South Australia bench. They go for a stoppage deep in the South Australia zone with 4:11 to go in this first period.
Just noticing here that with all of the injuries to South Australia, including their goaltenders, we've got emergency backup goalie Henry Gallagher here, the local product. And we've got his mom in here helping us in the penalty box today. Lots of volunteers and great help here.
He's had a couple of opportunities in goal this week to jump in for goaltenders.
No, it's great that we have some people to back up. These things happen.
That's right, 4:10 to go. I know the head coach of South Australia, Jeremy Friedrich, once filled in as an emergency backup for us.
Right.
In Melbourne, I think it was. I can't remember what year it was. Fanned on the shot at the blue line. Picked up, fired, deflected wide. Back into the corner. That's Schumack after it, behind the goal. Tries to get it to the front of the net. That's number 39, Nalos. Reverses back into the corner. Is New South Wales on the cycle now. Battled, pinned against the boards. The officials yelling for them to kick it out, move it. Back into the corner. Again, off the skate. Janowski, he pins it. Chipped out to the line, but not out. Nalos is after it. And to the blue line, not out. Is knocked down with a hand pass. Now that was missed by the official. Wide. Garris gets the shot away. Number 11, Kulinich, he keeps it in. Back to the blue line. Kulinich again into the corner. Going to the front of the net. New South Wales looking for that opportunity. A great pad save by Knapp. New South Wales putting the pressure on now. Good stick in front. Back to the blue line. Lee keeps it in. Chipped to the goal. Behind the net it comes. Nalos. He tries to bring it to the front of the net. Good shot. Paddle save by Knapp as he gets the paddle down. Fire to the blue line and out. Down the ice. That's going to go. Ung goes to the box. Gloria goes to the box. Song goes to the box. And they'll have to come back onto the ice.
Great job by the officials on top of that one.
He had 4 players that got to the bench and trying to sort things out. Schumack trying to help him out by identifying the players that went off.
Emergency backup goaltender Chris. It always reminds me of one thing. A gentleman by the name of David Ayres. Do you know that name?
I do.
And it's a beauty for myself and not so great for yourself as a Leafs fan, as a Carolina Hurricanes fan myself. And the first ever Hockey Night in Canada game that my son and I watched together by chance.
Oh, really?
We watched an emergency backup goaltender, the Zamboni driver for the local old rink,
That's
come
right.
in and win the game.
For the AHL rink.
That's right, exactly.
The E-Bug. And that has happened a few times in recent years. I know Chicago had to make use of it before that. Back into the zone. Trinka, he goes behind the net, takes a whack on the wrist, fires it down the ice, past the goaltender. Loria can't beat out the icing. As back forward is number 55 for 59, Declan Downey. And then face-off will come back into the South Australia zone to the left of Knapp. 2:09 to go in this first period. 2-1 the score, 8-1 the shot advantage in favor of New South Wales. Won by South Australia. Kadelka takes it behind the net. Reverses. Back to Hannon, or Janowski, he gets it down the ice. That's going to go right on the goaltender. So South Australia will get a change if they need it. rimmed around the boards. Number 21, McConnell. Almost caught myself saying O'Connell, which is what I have written down. Over the blue line, Kudelka, he misses it. Back down the ice, Trinka back for it. He's looking for openings. Takes it behind his own goal. Cuts to the front of the net. Gathers speed down the middle of the ice. Takes it into the slot, chips it to himself, skates onto it, loses control of it. And New South Wales chips it out of the zone. Noddle back for it. He makes a move, puts it past the D and chips it into the zone. A minute to go in the period. Puck goes behind the New South Wales goal. In the forecheck. Markard in behind the goal, reversing. New South Wales trying to get it out. Again to the blue line. Out comes number 22, Downey. He gets it across into the middle of the slot. That's rolled out into the neutral zone. Back for it is Hearn. He chips it up onto the wing to Nalos, the younger Nalos, I think. Certainly the smaller Nalos. Behind the goal. Reversed. And picked off by Nalos. He has it behind the goal. Tries to get it to the front of the net. Good check by South Australia. 20 seconds to go. Out comes Song. He's got somebody on him. That's number 77. Gets it through the legs. Back to the blue line. That comes back into the New South Wales zone. They're breaking out. Over the line. Takes the shot. That's high and wide. And that gets stopped for a face-off to the left of goaltender Knapp. Riley Knapp in goal for this game, this gold medal matchup.
Just 8 seconds left in the first.
Top line comes on. Remler Jensen with Downey and Boo. Lee and number 11 for New South Wales. Kulinich back on the points. Trinka in on this draw, wins it. Janowski, he comes out slowly, takes the shot off the back of Remler Jensen. Fired down the ice into the neutral zone, and that'll do it for this first period. 2-1 the score. 8-1 in shots to New South Wales. And no penalties? One penalty or two. You'll have to update the stats for me.
We had Trinka in here visiting us earlier. So
That's
Trinka
right.
with a boarding call at 14:47. So not a clean sheet in the penalty side, but very close to it. Very quick period there. We had not a lot of stoppages. Obviously, score is 2-1. My phone is not updating, so I cannot see the updated shots. But there we go, 8-1. Obviously on the scoreboard here. The scoring summary goes like Garas. One more time with the power play goal, 13:48. Remler Jensen and Brody assisted on that one. Then McConnell, 9:31 from McGrath and Brody to go up 2-0. And then Fody brings them close with Von Einem and Trinka assisting on that one at 7:21. So now 2-1 going into the second.
And that penalty to Trinka for boarding right in the first minute of play, 13 seconds in.
Feels like a game ago.
It does. That went very fast that period.
It did.
Not a lot of whistles. As the officials gather for a bit of a conference to review what they saw and what they didn't see and what they're going to do this period.
We've said it already. There's a giant crowd here. I mean, there's plenty of people in the stands, but just looking down at the end of the ice here, there's people everywhere. We do have the closing ceremonies directly after this, so it makes sense to see what we are seeing down the other end here. But
all the teams are here, Ginsburg and Tange teams. So
that's right.
They're all here for the closing ceremonies. The highlights ran for the early part of that first intermission. Coming to the end of the second period, at the start of the second intermission, we'll have IHA President Ryan O'Hanley visit us for a bit of an interview. And we'll do that interview just at the start of the period.
Interview at the start of the second intermission.
Just making sure our boss, Cass Edwards, knows that we're going to have that interview.
Maybe maybe correctly said, allows us.
Allows us to have that interview, yes. I didn't ask permission, but I'll beg forgiveness. Face off to the left of Knapp. Trinka in against Brody. Some encroachment on the face-off circle. Won by Trinka. That goes behind the goal. Noddle, he chips it high down the ice. That's going to go on goal. So Stoli has to make the stop. Good forecheck, good stick, and out it comes. Good skate by the South Australia player. Trinka dumps it back in. After it is Fody behind the goal. Reverse. Goes to number 3 behind the goal, Elford. He puts it up onto the wing. Good forecheck by Song as he steals it. Chips it back into the zone, back out into the neutral zone. Boo. He gets it over onto the wing. Kadelka, he chips it out to Loria. Back over the line. Remler Jensen with the shot. That one off the blocker, and I think that might have tinged off the post.
It did indeed.
For the crossbar. Fired towards the goal. That's number 16, I think, with the shot. 18. No, yeah, 18. Back into the front of the net. South Australia, they're trying to get it out of the zone. They do. Down into the New South Wales zone. Remler Jensen picks it up on the wing. He crosses the line. Circles back. Dumps it back into the corner. Brody there for it. He takes a bump. He gets knocked into the boards. He reverses with the shoulder into Noddle. Don't think he was too pleased with that, although he did seem to jump a bit. Fire to the net. Knapp gets his stick on that and smothers it for a stoppage as he has to dive out onto it. Brody not happy with that little bump from behind.
I think that was a smart play by Knapp, trying to get out there to get that puck and get the whistle, get a fresh set of legs up on the ice for his team.
Yeah, a bit of pressure by New South Wales again. On the face-off, Schumack up against number 40, Truce. New South Wales wins it. They take it back into the corner behind the net, looking for an opening, swinging back. Schumack out to the blue neutral zone. Markard after it, along with Truce. Back into the zone, that's Nalos. He takes a bump from Janowski. Behind the net, tries to kick it onto the stick, can't get control of it. Up onto the wing, good stick by by South Australia to chip that into the zone. Hannon, he chips it back to the D and dumped into the zone. Rimmed around the boards, looking for that breakout pass. Number 19 with the tap back to Garris. He comes over the blue line, cuts back towards the middle, tries to put it through the legs of the South Australia player and can't. Good skate on the defensive side of things. To the front of the net. Shot hard to the front of the net. Markard, he puts it out off the skate of his teammate, Truce, as he breaks out. Pulinich, he dumps it off to Nalos. Nalos up to on the wing. That's to number 19, Schumack. He can't get it as it goes behind him. South Australia, Fody brings it in. Trinka, he spins around in front of his net. Dangerous move. Up to Fody. Intercepted by Remler Jensen. He comes over the line, looking to take that shot. You know he's got a wicked one. Gets it to the front of the net. That's chopped out of the zone. Down the ice off a stick, so no icing. Number 35, Lee back for it. Forecheck by Fody. Good stick in there by number 19, Gagnon. And back comes New South Wales into the neutral zone. Up onto the wing. Jumped into the zone. That won't go for icing. Remler Jensen, he sets up, makes the move. Gets by 91, Loria, into the South Australia zone. Chipped out over the blue line, kicked back in. A brief delayed offside as Loria circles back with the puck. He puts it over onto the boards to Trinka. Up onto the wing. Fired off the stick of Remler Jensen, and that goes up into the netting in the ceiling for a stoppage in the neutral zone.
More back and forth here, Chris. It's been very even period thus far. The shots are a little lopsided on the scoreboard at the moment, but this seemed like a pretty even period thus far.
Yeah, it's, New South Wales only out shooting SA 2-1 or 3-1 in this period so far.
Correct, yes.
And some good opportunities. Chipped across to Song. He picks it up, chips it towards the goal, takes a bump from Rumler Jensen. Back to the front of the net. It goes behind Loria to Song. Hard shot off the chest of the goaltender. Good positional stop there. Back for it goes number 66 for South Australia, Von Eyman. Behind the goal. He sets up. To the blue line. Kept in by Boo. Now comes Loria. He breaks down the left side. His defenseman stumbles a bit. Loria gets it up onto the stick. Tries to get it to the front of the net. That's deflected over the net. Back comes New South Wales. Brody. His pass is intercepted, and Loria dumps it back into the zone. South Australia will go for wholesale changes. Certainly on the forward side of things. Dumped out to the blue line. Backing off the line was Noddle. He regains the red line and dumps it in. Coming off the bench, 37, Nalos. Looking for options. Back into the zone on the delayed offside. Good play by Truce. He gets around his man. Puck taken off him by Brody. He reverses in the corner. Can't get past the South Australian player. Rimmed around the boards to the blue line. That's number 11. And out comes New South Wales. Down the left-hand side. Takes the shot. That goes wide. All the way out to the blue line. Chipped over to Truce. He tries the one-handed pass over under the wing. Kept in by Hannon. Hannon gets it off the skate. Fires it towards the net. Had more time than he realized. And out comes New South Wales. Trinka gets his stick on it, gets deflected and slowed down to the blue line, and that gets deflected, at the blue line, and tips off the top of Knapp's glove. Setting up behind the goal. Trinka leaves it for his D. Von Eyman to Fode. Fode. He tried to chip it past the New South Wales player and gets it directly off the boards and intercepted. Then it goes into the New South Wales bench. Face-off will come back deep into the SA zone.
Halfway through the second here. Some of these face-offs, I mean, you get enough face-offs in the end, you're going to find something happen.
An interesting offensive zone face-off coverage with no winger on the hash marks in front of the South Australia goal, opting for that load up on the board side of things. Back into the middle of the ice, tipped ahead by Trinka out of the zone. Fode after it. He takes the puck off of the New South Wales player, goes in down the right side, tries to get it to the front of the net. Can't. Back comes New South Wales, chipped ahead. Nalos after it. He can't catch up to it. Noddle up onto the half boards, picked up by Trinka. He looks to get it out, can't. Picked up by, that's number 9, I believe, for 19, Gagnon. He gets stopped. Back comes New South Wales on the breakout pass up the left side. Picked off by Noddle. 7:49 to go in the period. Again, the long change in this second period. Players just have to monitor when they're coming on and off the ice. So that puck goes down the ice at the feet of the two New South Wales players, changing for an icing call.
I didn't notice if South Australia just had a change or not, but obviously some price leagues coming on for New South Wales. Could be a difference. Surprised. Did seem like they were allowed to make the change, though. No, didn't see.
No, that was the New South Wales player who had gone to the bench and was called back onto the ice.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Good eye.
Face-off win by South Australia. New South Wales, Noddle back for it. He chips it into the zone. New South Wales gets the change.
They do the change now, yes.
Behind the net, that's Garris. He picks it up, back to the blue line. Kept in, good keep in to the front of the net. Hard low shot. Back down the ice comes South Australia after it is Song. Good stick lift as he almost steals it. And he does. Kicks it from his skates up onto his stick. Steals it in the zone. Gets it back to the D. D to D. Janowski, he takes the shot off the glove. In the slot, Song hits somebody. As Song tries to get into the front of the net, it bounces. Gloria can't get it. Song again with it behind the goal. Gets tangled up in that Zamboni gate back to the blue line. Janowski, he fans on the shot, spins around and gets it recovered. Cross seam pass, looking for Gloria on that weak side, face-off dot. He gets a quick wrist shot, not a lot on it.
Solid recovery there by Janowski, right on the point here. And then turned around and found a man in front. Didn't quite get all of it. The goaltender was there to answer.
South Australia with a bit of a pushback there, a good shift in the offensive zone. Back out onto the ice comes the big line for New South Wales. Face-off win again by South Australia. That gets fired towards the net. Goes behind. Remler Jensen back for it. Truce watching him as out comes Remler Jensen with speed. Boo on the right side through the front, scores as his speed just backed off the D, got by him and then just chipped a high shot over the shoulder of Knapp into the top of the cage for a 3-1 lead.
A lot of speed there, great shot, great finish. At that point, just before that, South Australia was leading New South Wales in shots in the period, 4-3. That'll obviously tie it up in shots and, of course, give the New South Wales one score.
In tight, as you can see on that replay, and just lifted it high over the shoulder of Knapp. Nice goal, good individual effort. Back into the South Australia zone, off the paddle of Knapp. Kudelka picks it up, gets it up into the middle of the ice. Trinka fans on it. Gets it back, gets the back pass into Gagnon. He fans on it. Back comes New South Wales, breaking to the net. Great play across,
great
and
save.
Knapp has it trapped against the pad and the post. Bit of a fumble play by South Australia, but back into the zone on the attack, 2-on-1. Great save by Knapp. Face off to his left. Won by South Australia. Out the wing. Kudelka, he gets it up onto the wing to Fody. He drops it back. Back into Fody. Picked up by Gagnon. He goes behind the net. Harassing his man. Up onto the wing. Nalos gets the stretch pass into the middle. Garros, he crosses the line. Tries to pull it back. Good defensive play by Noddle to the blue line. Back onto Noddle's stick in the corner. He reverses. Nalos picks it up. Drops it off for Garros. Garros up to the top of the slot. Fires it to the point and a weak low shot. Had a chance just wide of the post. South Australia, they chip it around. Fody picks it up. New South Wales forechecking with speed. Comes back to the New South Wales line. Back into the zone. Kudelka, he chips it off the glass and into the netting. Could hear the glass tinkle as the puck went off it into the netting. So no delay of game penalty.
Scoring summary for the last goal, it was Remler Jensen. Looks like 11th for the tournament. 6:19, that's Remler Jensen from Brody and Kulinick at 6:19. 3-1 New South Wales.
Face-off will come back to the right of Knapp. 4:58 to go in this second period. Good period for South Australia. Scores off the draw. I spoke too soon. Yet again, the commentator's curse. The face-off win. That goes back to Boo, and he buries it top shelf on Knapp. You'll see on the replay here. Face-off win from the net cam. Back to Boo, and he fires it high over the stick side and blocker of Knapp into the top of the cage. Top shelf where Mama keeps the peanut butter, as I like to say. Face off at center ice. 4-1 now the score. Back into the zone. Boo pinned up against the wall by Van Eyman. Into the slot, chipped off the glass, past the D. Out comes Ung. Long stretch pass up onto the wing. Can't get it into the zone, does. Delayed offside. Ung gets it back to Van Eyman. He goes D to D. Chipped out into the new zone. Breakaway pass. In comes Ung down the right side. Takes the backhand. Good back check by New South Wales. Kudelka thought of pinching. Decides better of it with number 18, Hearn, picking it up. Into the corner. South Australia. Kudelka, he turns around. Chips it out into the neutral zone. Onto the stick of number 91, Loria. And Ung on the right-hand side couldn't hold up, and that goes for offside with Loria and Ung basically breaking in 2-on-0.
There's a big chance, unfortunately, squandered by the offside there. So scoring summary on the last one was number 10, Boo from Brody. That's Brew from Brody at 4:56 to make it 4-1 for NSW.
Face-off one. New South Wales. Fody picks it up. Fired to the net. Deflected behind by the goaltender. Trinka. He's on the half boards looking for an opening. Fires it back into the zone behind the goal. Fody, he picks it up. Takes a bump. Backhanded out of the zone. Nalos tries that stretch pass. On to Garris' stick. Deflected. No icing. Up to the blue line. Trinka gets a strong pass up to Fody. He goes over the line, down the right side, dumps it back to Trinka, takes the shot. And Stoley, who hasn't seen much action, had to be sharp on that, going down on his knees and reaching up for the puck.
Always a tough assignment as a goaltender who hasn't seen a lot of action to, have a quick one like that shot at you.
I'm kind of cool sitting here on the bench. I can only imagine how cool he is in the goal.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's actually got to move on occasion. I just kind of stand here. Face-off win. Janowski fires that puck wide. Trinka back to the blue line. Kept in. No, it isn't. Out comes Nalos. He's got Garris on the left side. He goes over the line, takes the shot, looking for that top corner, misses. That comes into the corner. Trinka, he takes a hit. Looks like he's drawn a penalty. In comes Fode. He gets hooked.
Nice try, though.
Looks like we're going to have two calls on this. Kneeing against New South Wales for the hit on Trinka, and then hooking on that partial breakaway. So New South Wales to the box. South Australia 5-on-3.
New South Wales, number 11, 2 minutes, knee. Number 35, New South Wales, 2 minutes, hooking. 5-on-3.
So number 11, Czeslaw Kulinich, and number 35, Aiden Lee, 2 minutes for kneeing and hooking, respectively. 2:48 to go in the period. Penalties should expire. Oh, and picked off at the blue line almost by Brody. 5-on-3. They've got 6 shorthanded goals, remember.
Now we'll see some action. I'm sure Stoley will be playing warmed up after this 2-minute drill, or less.
Face-off one by New South Wales, and they fire it down the ice. Back for it, Janowski. He sets up behind the goal. Brody putting pressure on. Trinka onto the far boards. Down comes Song over the blue line. He gets set up. Takes it in deep. Looks for an opening. Back to Fody, behind the goal. Remler Jensen. They've got 2 forwards on the ice. Remler Jensen and Brody for this penalty kill. Brody, he can't get it off of Loria. as they battle for it. Comes back to the middle of the ice, to the far side. On it, Boo. 3 forwards on the ice, including Boo, to the front of the net. Hard pass, doesn't get there. Janowski, he gets it over to his defensive partner, Trinka. He winds up for it. Again, looking for an opening, takes the shot. Off the pads to Fody in behind the net. Deflected. Excuse me, Remler Jensen. Hard shot, that goes wide. Off the glass and into the netting for a stoppage. 35 seconds to go in this 5-on-3 power play advantage, as South Australia doing a good job moving the puck around. They've got nobody in front of the net on this 5-on-3 and need to do that, I would think.
Yeah, you have a 2-man advantage at that point. You need to have someone in front, making it difficult for the goaltender rather than allowing him to see everything.
Face-off win back to the blue line. Noddle into Trinka, takes the hard shot, blocked, and back comes New South Wales. Nalos on the break with number 19, tries to get it across the crease. Can't pick it up, rimmed around behind the goal. In over the zone. 9 seconds left, and Noddle misses his man at the blue line, and that's called as a delayed offside. I thought might have been called as an icing call, but it's a delayed offside, and that puck will come all the way back into the South Australia zone because that's where the puck was fired from.
Keeping in mind 3 seconds left as well. A couple of these New South Wales players will be entering the ice surface.
On the draw, won by South Australia. Back they come, both players out of the box. Kulinich and Lee. Into the zone it goes. Behind the goal, Noddle, he's after it. Rimmed around the boards, to the far blue line. Trinka keeps it in. Fired to the net, deflected. Back out in front, Kulinich, or Janowski I should say. He gets it in. Lee picks it up. Off the stick. Truce. He's in pursuit. To the blue line. Good pinch by Trinka. As knocked off the stick of the New South Wales player. Out they come. Nalos just misses it. As it was deflected. Nalos gets knocked into the boards. And that'll do it for the period. Time runs out. 4-1 the score. 15-10 shots on goal. And stay tuned as we'll have a brief interview with IHA President Ryan O'Hanley to start this second intermission. So, Evan, good period of hockey for South Australia. Better than the first.
Yes,
they did,
absolutely.
I think, outshoot New South Wales that period.
You know what? I almost gave them a commentator curse there earlier on to say they were out shooting them 4-3, and I was about to say it, and they potted a goal on the other end. So.
9-8 shots on goal that second period for New South Wales, but a better execution. I wouldn't say effort. The effort has been there, but the
Both
execution was better that period for South Australia.
Absolutely, yeah. And a 4-1 lead is not insurmountable. I mean, you still have a full period as a coach. You're going to be telling your team that.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Welcome to the box, Ryan O'Hanley. So we'll get you a microphone. You can stand right here between the two of us.
Yep.
And take the handheld microphone. That's okay, just stand over there. There we go. Let's see if we're in the screen. I think we all are. If I get a little bit more to the right, you get in nice and close. Welcome, Ryan, president of IHA. What a tournament, eh? This super tournament format. You liking this?
Oh, we love this. I mean, sorry, mate. So no, we really, really enjoy this tournament. I think it's been fantastic for the obviously the players, but the fans. I mean, the officials. I saw the officials. They love this format. They're pretty tired because they've been here for almost 2 weeks, but they're opportunity to work with each other and get to know each other and develop. That's been fantastic. The level of play is excellent. The coaching's been excellent, so we're really, really pleased with this.
We talked a little bit about the officials and how it's a competition between them to get to this gold medal final and be able to officiate it. And had a nice chat with Mark O'Brien earlier in the tournament about things. And you're absolutely right. The officials get a lot out of this, and some of the officials that aren't refereeing could probably benefit from just watching them work the games.
We've got a number of our officials work AIHL. I mean, these are very good officials, and then we've got some younger officials that have been participating as well, and so they're getting a lot of that mentorship. So it's really important. I mean, it's when we talk about like these tournaments, everybody thinks that's it's about states and competing for winning those trophies and things, but it's much more than that. It's about developing players, developing coaches, developing officials, developing off-ice staff. I mean, we've got a wonderful group of managers, we've got physiotherapists. Like it's the whole spectrum of people that are involved in the sport that benefit from these events. So really, really pleased with it.
Absolutely, and I think overall the response I'm getting is an excellent organization for this event, and people are really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and big shout out to all the volunteers. I mean, there's so many people, from organizing, the logistics of this tournament, to selling the merchandise, to it's just a huge undertaking. Suze Garris has done a great job. Obviously Dion with when the host organizing committee here in WA, and it's just been a fantastic team effort. So hats off to everybody.
Yeah, going forward, is this format going to stay in place?
I think so. I mean, it's second year, and I think last year was excellent, and this year I think we're starting to figure out, like the first time you run it, a lot of things you don't really know what you're doing in a way, and now we're certainly getting better at this, and so I would say, it's a very good chance this is going to continue going forward, and we'll continue to get better at organizing these events, and I think it's been fantastic. It's a real celebration of the sport.
Absolutely, and the development of the players, obviously, they're looking. I've noticed a real uptick in their skill level as well as team play, heads-up play in the last 5 years, even.
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with I'll have to say our coaching is really, really improving in the country. We've got some fantastic coaches, and it shows, because you can't just rely on individual effort at these tournaments anymore, because everybody's well coached. So defensively, you just aren't able to do that, and so. Hats off to it. I think that's the level of play. It just increases a little bit every year, and that's a lot of credit to our coaches working in our local association. So, yeah.
National Coaching Director Mark Stevenson here for the last part of this tournament. He has a large role to play, obviously, in that coach development.
I give Mark a lot of credit for that. He quietly goes about his job and upskilling coaches and traveling around and helping with running coaching courses. We ran the level 3 clinic last year, which was fantastic, and we got a number of those coaches that are participating in this event.
Level 2 here 2 weeks ago.
That's right, absolutely. So I'll give Mark a lot of credit. He does a great job. Yeah,
and our local coaching coordinator, Pauline Lodge, filters that information down to the troops locally, and so on. Yeah. So what's in the books for development? We got the Trans-Tasman Youth Challenge coming up?
Yeah, so we've got Hong Kong involved in that now. So that was very, very big. I mean, we were already organized that event with New Zealand, and then it was actually at Congress in May when the president of the Hong Kong Federation approached us and said, geez, we'd really like to be part of that event, and we were like, I think we can make that work. So how exciting is that to have to expand that tournament to be participating with a country from Asia? That's just beautiful. So I think, really looking forward to that. I know we've had the coaches for our 2 teams for that event. Here at the tournament
from WA and from
we've got Graham Hyde and Jason Caviezel, Jeff Fode and Sammy Manteri. So they've been working to identify players to participate in that, and what a tremendous event that's going to be, and looking forward to that, and just that that three nations concept, I think, is just really, really cool, and I think the kids are going to really enjoy that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two teams going from Australia.
Two teams. So we're ranked higher than New Zealand and Hong Kong. So it makes sense to split into two teams. So that will help. I mean, it's going to be hard for us to, a little bit harder for us to compete. I mean, that's fine. We want those players to develop. So it gives us an opportunity to develop a few more players. And as the host, I mean, I think that's just going to be terrific.
Awesome. So exciting game so far. Any predictions for the third?
I think it's South Australia has just been. They've been fantastic all tournament. They just, the smaller states just lack the depth, and I think that's showing a bit here. So we'll see what they've got left in the tank. I mean, there's nothing, not playing tomorrow. So if they can, if they can really leave it all out on the ice, we'll see. They can certainly make it interesting. They're capable of doing it. But look, New South Wales solid through to through. They've been solid all tournament, and they've got the depth, so they can roll. They can probably roll that extra line, which is going to make a big difference. But look, 4-1. The next goal is big, right? That's the one.
Obviously, South Australia missing Loria, missing Els, missing their starting goaltender, and that's going to have a big impact, as you say, short staff.
Back to just the depth, right? You're going to always, especially at Tange, there's always an injury or two, and when you're the smaller states, it's you just don't have the numbers to absorb those as well as some of the bigger states, but still a period to go, so we'll see.
Awesome. Any final thoughts, or Evan, do you have anything before we go?
Mentioned it, but as a Canadian that's been here for about 5 years, and Chris, you mentioned it earlier, I've watched the sport, and you said developed. You mentioned a lot of things that have developed over the years, but I'll just say in general, I have watched the sport develop here in the last 5 years, and I say hats off to you and your team and everyone else involved, kind of thing. It's been great to watch it build up from what it was. And look, when I walked in the door here, I was surprised at what Australia had for ice hockey. I'll be honest, as an ignorant person walking in the door, but in 5 years I've seen it grow, and it's been amazing to watch.
It's almost everybody in our sport's a volunteer, and they need to take the credit for this. I mean, and they do a fantastic job. There's a lot of very passionate, dedicated people, and we see it every year. It's just that it's an incremental improvement in everything that we're doing, and it's fantastic, and this has been such an exciting couple of weeks here in WA.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Ryan. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the background and the insights. Good seeing you again, and we'll see you at the next tournament.
Sounds good. All right. Thanks,
Cheers. Thanks, bud.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Welcome back to Cockburn Ice Arena fans. This is Chris Langell bringing you the play-by-play along with Evan Locke. This final game of the Tange National Under-18 Championship for the gold medal. Third period action coming up. 4-1 down is South Australia. But as my coaching colleague Dave Ruck always says, when you're down 3 or 4 goals in the third period, all you got to do is get 1 goal every 5 minutes, and you're back in it. So we're looking forward to a great period. Second period summary coming up in just a second as the face-off goes into the New South Wales zone, fired off the pads of the goaltender into the netting for a face-off.
Doing us a favor on the second period summary, they were there. So for the second period, we had 2 goals scored by New South Wales. In the end, actually, South Australia outshot them 9-8. The goals were scored by Remler Jensen from Brody and Kulinik at 6:19. Boo from Brody and Remler Jensen at 4:56. 2 penalties, 1 from Lee for hooking and 1 from Kulinik for kneeing. That sums it up.
Good keep in at the blue line. South Australia getting some pressure on early. Into the zone behind the net. That's Gagnon. Over onto the wing, chip to the blue line, not out off a skate as Janowski keeps it in to the blue line and out. Back comes New South Wales, 2-on-1. Good stick by Trinka, another good stick by Trinka. He takes away that cross seam pass, and that's the responsibility of the D on that 2-on-1 is to make sure you take away the pass and let your goalie handle the shot. Back to the blue line. Again, a good stick in the lane by Trinka. Brody can't get that shot to go. New South Wales now in the South Australia zone. Behind the net into the corner. Kadelka gets his stick on that. To the blue line and out of the zone it goes. Back for it is Hearn. He jumps up to the blue line and Brody's skates were over the line as the puck came in.
Just over.
Just offside.
He didn't like it, but I think it was.
That is a close one because if he brings the puck over the line with his feet over the line under control, then it is not offside, but I think that puck got in before he actually got it on the stick. Both feet over the line. Face off back to the New South Wales blue line. In it goes. Loria, he chips it past his man, gets to the front of the net, takes the shot, tries for the 5-hole. Good block by Stoley, the goalie. Noddle, D to D, he gets it over to Song. Song tries to chip it in, fans on it. Ung gets taken down at the blue line. Back into the zone it goes. Loria, he takes his man into the boards, a light bump. Back to the blue line, Janowski. He almost gets it stolen. He gets control of it and dumps it into the zone. Back for it, number 11. Kulinich behind the goal, picked up by South Australia, into the corner, taken over by New South Wales. Looking at the breakout, out they come, up onto the wing, that's Garris. Crosses the line, cuts back to the middle, leaves it for Schumack, who cuts to the net, gets it in front. Back to the blue line, Kulinich. Good stick by the South Australia defense. Song behind the net, Janowski. Up the boards to the blue line. Loria going to the bench. Back in comes New South Wales. 4 South Australia jerseys back on that blue line. And back into the zone, rimmed around the boards. Onto the ice, Von Eyman. He can't touch it until Marquardt got off the ice. Behind the goal, Nalos, he cuts hard to the net. Power move. Back to the blue line. Into the corner, hard shot off the side of the net. Back to the middle of the ice. Good stick again by South Australia. To the front of the net, scores. On the rebound, number 22 got it over, Aiden Downey got it over off the pad. It rebounds to the front of the net, and closing in, number 77, Jacob Zeal, buries the rebound.
It's going to be a tough pill to swallow for South Australia. They're going to need to find it in themselves to come back now.
Now they do need a goal every 5 minutes.
They do indeed.
Maybe 3, yeah.
Four, less even.
More like 3.5 minutes.
Yep.
I forgot it was a 15-minute period.
That's right.
Face off back to center. 5-1 the score now. South Australia, they chip it into the zone. Back to the defense. D to D. Intercepted. Fody gets it behind the goal. Takes a hit and a penalty call on the play as number 22 with the assist on that 5th New South Wales goal will go to the box for 2 or less for tripping. We'll wait for the call from referee.
Number 22, 2 minutes, knee.
That's a kneeing call. Fraser Olsen makes the call. Back into the zone it goes. South Australia on a power play, 11:36 to go in this third period. One into the corner, fired down the ice, onto the paddle of the goaltender. He clears it out to Trinka as Boo is in putting pressure on. Trinka back behind the goal. Up onto the right wing. Song takes it over the blue line, chips it past the D, Downey. Round the boards, falling down was the South Australia defender to the front of the net. Fans on it briefly, fires it, that goes wide. Into the corner, Trinka after it, chips it behind the goal. Janowski, he picks it up on the boards, good hit by Downey. In behind the goal. Trinka, he picks it up, swings out into the neutral zone, over the blue line, over the red, over the New South Wales blue line. Draw and drag shot. That goes wide. Kept in by Loria, takes a bump. Fody, he gets it. Back to the blue line. Fody going for a change, I think. He dumps it back in. That's intercepted. Remner Jensen, down the ice he comes. Breaking around the defense. 1-on-3. Good stick. D to D. That goes over to Brody. Back to the blue line. Nice little toe drag as he gets around his man. Takes it behind the net. Loses control of it. Back down the ice he comes. 24 seconds to go in this power play. Behind the goal. That chips off the back of the boards into the glove of the goaltender. Stoley, the goalie, for the stoppage.
Scoring summary on that last goal was Zill at 11:49 from Downey. That's Zill from Downey at 11:49 to break it 5-1.
That's pretty much an insurmountable lead, I would have to say, against this strong New South Wales side. They're able to roll the lines, rest the big guns. Down the ice, that shot high off the blocker of Knapp into the corner. Naughtle sets up behind the goal. That'll do it for the power play. Out comes South Australia. Good pressure by Brody. Over the blue line, into the zone. Offside on the delay as the South Australia forward made that move outside the blue line. Good stick by Truce. Knocks it free. Back to the front of the net. Good stick by Janowski. Behind the goal. Out it comes into the neutral zone. Tap back to the D. Tries to chip it out. Off the shin pads. Nalos back with it. He circles into his own zone. Looks for an option behind the goal. Stops up. Garros up onto the wing. Chips it ahead. Chases after it. Trinka, nice little move. Gets it past his man. Dumps it back into the zone. Back for it is Nalos. He stops again behind the goal. Over to Schumack. He sets up. Stretch pass up onto the wing. Deflected into the SA zone. Good stick by number 2 for New South Wales. And back comes South Australia over the blue line. To the front of the net. Off the stick of the goaltender, Stoley. Back into the zone. That was Fody with it. Behind the goal. New South Wales sets up as the defense changed into the zone. Deflected. Delayed offside. McConnell touches it. That'll go for a stoppage and a face-off just outside the SA blue line. Wow, 8:07 to go. Still fast action here.
It is indeed, yeah. I see some heads down a little bit on the South Australia side. I think all we need, as we said before, is a little bit of an uplift or maybe a goal or something. We'll see some skates moving. But they have definitely not slowed down the referee whatsoever.
No, they're still working hard, trying to get that goal to close this gap. Time not on their side, though. Loria picks it up. Definitely missing big number 97 out there, along with their starting goaltender, although Knapp's been very solid. Luca Loria with the reverse hit. Back into the zone. Hard shot, high and wide by Song. That comes back onto the half boards. Chipped ahead by Loria. Back to the blue line. Off the stick of the South Australia player. That's Kadelka, and back comes New South Wales. Over the blue line, dumping it into the zone. Chipped out again. Onto it is Ung. He can't catch up to it. That gets sent back down the ice. Kadelka sets up behind his goal. Onto the wing. Fody. He tries to chip it past the defense. Chipped into the bench by Loria for a stoppage. I think that was just outside the blue line. So
yep.
face off. No, it's just inside the blue line. So face off inside the zone.
7:03 left.
Face off to the left of the goaltender. Trinka wins the draw. Back to the blue line. Noddle just takes a quick wrist shot. That's blocked, and back comes New South Wales. Feeded up to Brody. Brody takes the backhand. That goes to the front of the net. Had a chance. Noddle, he fires it over the glass in the defensive zone, and he'll come straight to the box. He knows it. Unfortunately for SA, a delay of game call with the puck going over the glass. I don't even think the standard size tall glass on the sideboards would have stopped that one.
I think that was out and clear, yes.
Face off to the left of the goaltender. Won by New South Wales. Again, they look like they've got their number one power play unit out this late in the game with a 5-1 lead. Not something that I would do as a coach, but hey, I'm not coaching. That's why I'm putting the headset on and talking.
Yeah. When it's a gold medal, maybe you can't really fault the coach for doing what he feels necessary.
Great opportunity in front. Boo just misses that. No, that's number 19, Schumack. Back to Brody. He moves in, takes the shot off the back of the New South Wales or South Australia player, right into the box of Knapp. And stops it for a face-off to his left. That's his 20th shot, I believe, maybe just the 19th. 6:24 to go in the period. Back on the ice at 4:48. Fired high and wide. Brody looking for that top shelf. I think he likes peanut butter. Breaking to the middle of the ice, looking for that opening as Brody broke for him his point position, looking for that slot pass. Doesn't get through. Again, hard shot. Tries the quick wrist shot from the blue line, and that gets deflected over the glass and into the netting behind the goal. A minute 11 to go in this power play.
Great to see the crowd still here.
Yeah, all the teams, the Ginsburg and the Tange teams, here for the closing ceremonies following this game. Back into the zone it goes, to the front of the net, spinning around number 22. He can't get it on goal. Fody, he gets his stick on it, deflected to the front of the net. That's Zill, and out comes Fody. He chips it out to Bagagnon, back to Fody. Down the left side, he gets past his man, takes it to the net, fires it right into the pads of Stoley. He makes the save, and there'll be a face-off now to his right in the New South Wales zone.
Let's go, boys!
Great drive there by the South Australia squad. As we've said all along, there's been no give up in this squad.
5:34 to go. 4:48 the time on for Noddle. He's up, cheering his teammates on. Back to the blue line. Kudelka tries to get it across to Truce. Behind him, and out comes Declan Downey. He gets up ahead of steam. Down the right side, good check by Trinkas. He just bumps him off the puck, and the puck gets chipped back into the neutral zone. Up onto the wing. Good skate by Truce as he stops that shot. Good shoulder. Fired wide. That's going to come all the way to the blue line. Kept in. 10 seconds to go in this power play. Chip back into the SA zone. Janowski over to the D. Down the left side again. That's Truce, I think it was. Fires it across the crease. Trinka, Kudelka it was. Trinka in the corner. Gets it back to the D. But catching up to it is Nalos. He tries to chip it into Zeal. Picked up by Janowski. He gets it over onto the wing. In comes Gloria to Janowski. He takes a shot wide and all the way down the ice. 4:22 to go in the period. Up to the middle of the ice, off the skate of the New South Wales player to Janowski. Back into the zone comes Loria. Not offside because Loria fired it back into the zone. Noddle after it. Loria, he chases it up. In behind the goal, in the corner. South Australia player takes down his man. Zell gets it across to the blue line without a stick. That's Janowski. He takes his man. Into the boards it goes. Tries to pin it. Back to the blue line. That's Kulinich. Takes the shot. Blocked in front. Scores. That's the captain. Brody gets the goal over the shoulder of the goaltender Knapp for a 6-1 lead. Timeout for South Australia as they take time to rest and relax and get set for this final 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
That's a tough one if I'm a South Australia player, obviously, going down 6-1. But no harm. They've, they should be holding their heads high. There's been a great effort by this team. I don't know that they were supposed to come this far, but certainly they look like they deserved it every bit of the way. I'm just looking for the update on esports, says Chris, and once again, I seem to be delayed.
We'll get there.
There we are, finally.
Face off at
time for
center.
the face off.
Trinka gets it back to Kudelka. Up onto the wing. Lee, he can't get it deep. Gets it back. Overskates it. Good check by Van Eyman. Lee, he takes it back into the zone it goes. South Australia behind the goal. That's Loria. He skates out to the blue line, just chips it back to the D. Kudelka, he dumps it in deep. Trinka after it. Taken down, and that'll draw a penalty. And to the box, number 35 for New South Wales, Aiden Lee. He takes down the alternate captain, Song, in the zone.
New South Wales, number 35, 2 minutes tripping.
Scoring summer for that last goal was Brody from Kulinik and Lowry at 3:38. That's Brody, His 16th from Cullinan and Lowry at 3:38 in the third period, 6-1 New South Wales.
Face off to the right of Stoley. Won by South Australia. Picked up by South Australia back into the neutral zone. Overskating it briefly is Loria, so he has to take it back behind the goal. Melos in pursuit. Janowski, he sets it up for Trinka. 2:45 to go. Down the left wing goes Trinka. Takes it wide, past his man, gets it to the front of the net. That's off the pad. Back to the blue line. Janowski off the post. Because that was close. And we got a penalty coming. And that might have been to, yeah, it is, number 59, Declan Downey coming to the box.
59 New South Wales, 2 minutes, roughing.
He gets a roughing call. I didn't see what actually happened, but
I did not either.
That'll be penalty 5-on-3 now. 1:28 to go in the first penalty. 2 minutes. As South Australia loses the draw, comes back to the blue line, kept in by Noddle. Back into the corner. To the front of the net, intercepted. South Australia back to the blue line. Again, good keep in by Noddle. Over to Kadelka, takes the shot off the pads of Remler Jensen. Behind the net, to the front of the net. Noddle takes the shot. Again, good block by Remler Jensen. So he gets the leg down on that play. Ung takes it behind the net. Truce bumps his man back into the neutral zone. Noddle picks it up. Over the red line, gets it up to Truce. Kicked ahead. Off the skate of the New South Wales player. Back to Remler Jensen. And he fires it down the ice. Behind the goal it goes. Back on the ice is the first penalty for New South Wales at 1:02. So that means 25 seconds to go in this 5-on-3. And then it'll go for a brief 5-on-4. Behind the goal, Noddle sets it up for Trinka. He picks it up. Out of the zone he goes. Up to the blue line. Tipped into the zone. That was number 12, Fody. To the blue line and out as Janowski comes onto the ice with Loria. He winds up. Dumps it back to Loria. Loria picks it up with speed over the left wing. Down the blue line he goes. Into the corner. Brody on it. He takes the bump from Loria. Behind the goal. Poked away. And out to the blue line off the skates of Janowski in the zone. Song picks it up. Looking for an opening in front. Gets it to Loria just off the tip of his stick. He has to get control. Back into the corner to Song. Back to Loria. Takes the low shot. Rebound there. Oh, and that's fired wide by Trinka as he missed the open net and Downey onto the ice. Back into the zone. Song, he fires a shot straight into the glove of the goaltender. Only 23 seconds to go as both penalties are now over. 5-on-5 is the play. So South Australia closing the gap here in shots, just not in goals. Late change by New South Wales. Onto the ice comes Lowry. Face-off won by New South Wales. Lowry down the right side. Sticks come into the penalty box, but we're able to avoid them.
Just
Loria.
barely.
Number 12 seconds to go, 10 seconds. Loria takes it behind the goal, loses it. Up onto the wing. Fired to the net, into the glove of Stoley. 2 seconds to go in the game.
Stoley has been a highlight reel this game. I mean, first period, obviously, he didn't have a lot of work, but at least halfway through the second and all the way through the third, there's been a lot of pucks coming his way. Obviously, 18 shots now, only one let in. Great effort by him.
He's got the pad down a couple of times, and that's it.
That's the one.
Gold medal for 2025 to New South Wales. The Sid Tange National Under-18 champions as they celebrate. Back to console. Song is number 19 for New South. Colby Schumack. Obviously, they know each other well. as the two teams go to their respective goaltenders. South Australia to the goal. Knapp had a good game up against those snipers from New South Wales. New South Wales with the victory. Excited, but a bit of a muted celebration for them. I mean, they dominated the game for the most part.
They did, yeah. It was the scoring chances, those quality scoring chances that they had. I mean, the shots were near to even, but in the end, it was the quality scoring chances were a one-sided affair in the end.
So we'll summary of the goals for that game.
Yeah. So we had the first period was Garris from Emerald Jensen and Brody on the power play, and then we had McConnell from McGrath and Brody, and then Fody brought it back into 2-1 with goal assisted by Iam and Trinka. Into the second period, we had Emerald Jensen and Brody and Kulinick, 6:19, and then Boo from Brody and Emerald Jensen, ending the period at 4-1. And then in the third, we had Zill from Downey and Brody from Kulinick and Lowry, making it a 6-1 final.
Yeah, and 4 penalties in that third period. Downey for kneeing, Noddle for delay of game, Lee for tripping, and Downey for roughing to put South Australia on the 5-on-3 advantage to the end of the game. Just couldn't bury the biscuit. 6-1 the final.
That was the difference in the end.
Shots on goal that third period, 8-4 in favor of South Australia for a 3-period total. New South Wales out shooting South Australia 20-18. They were 1 for 2 on the power play. South Australia 0 for 5.
It's a big difference right there. 5 power plays and weren't able to take advantage.
Final score 6-1. And we'll take a bit of a break as we wait for the teams to come out onto the ice for the closing ceremonies. Both the Tange teams and the Ginsburg teams will be here, and we'll get set up and ready to go. We'll be back in a minute for the closing ceremonies, so we'll take a break. We're still online, and we're trying to get somebody's attention to we're drawing for the $5,000 50-50 ticket.
Do you have a ticket, Chris?
I did not get a ticket.
Well, you can be excited with me as I sit here then.
Yeah. That's not the 50-50 ticket, is it? Yeah, it is. This is something else.
I'm hoping so. They're saying purple D12. That does not even look like my ticket.
Oh, there's Cass out there. As we'll keep the mics active as we get set up for this closing ceremonies. The draws for the tickets, I'm not sure what these ones are for. I know there's also a 50-50 draw, prize draw, $5,000 first prize, $3,000 second, and $1,000 third. Proceeds from the sale of those tickets obviously go to the tournament. Luca Loria, Hudson Ells on the ice in cities. Brody Clark. Sorry, Zach Murphin, I should say.
Well, I have to say I have no idea what's being drawn here.
This is for the Nathan Walker jersey. And we're not sure when this is going to be awarded, but the bucket comes out. Again, these draws taking place in preparation for
Kristen, green, D12. Kristen, green, D12.
that's a D12.
Oh, someone got excited over there. There's a lot of high five going on in the crowd. I think we spotted a winner. Hey, the cash raffle. There we go. Some of us have an investment in this one.
Alan Spencer, Shedden. Alan Spencer, number 0981. All right, for $3,000. Brett Palmer, number 0775. And Brett Palmer.
For those interested at home, we had Brett Homer winning $3,000.
Don't ask him for a loan. As we're going to wrap it up for the moment, we'll come back at the start of the closing ceremonies. For Evan Locke, this is Chris Langell. We'll see you then. So we'll leave the sounds of the rink on as we get ready for the closing ceremonies. Our boss and producer, Cass Edwards, off taking pictures. Louis in charge. We wait for the opening ceremonies. Pauline Lodge comes out to direct the players onto the ice. She's got a microphone set up.
Hello, everybody. Working? Yep. Okay. Hello, everybody. Wow. So, the end of an amazing Super Tournament. Congratulations to New South Wales, the 2025 winners of the Sydney Tange Memorial Trophy, and to Victoria, the 2025 winners of the Ginsberg Memorial Trophy. Can we now please have all of the Tange and Ginsberg teams join us onto the ice for the presentation of the awards? You want to just run my way back? Good job. Victoria, can you come on?
Onto the ice, the Ginsberg teams, WA Tange team and Ginsberg team together.
Where's your little kids? Oh, you don't have a little kids.
South Australia.
You guys might need to squeeze up a little bit just to fit everybody else in. That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Pauline Lodge directing traffic.
Be careful, it's slippy out here.
South Australia and ACT without a Ginsberg team this year. Hopefully they're back in action for next year.
South Australia. ACT?
I hope Pauline realizes she's got an open mic.
Fabulous. We're nearly there.
as the officials come onto the ice. Referees and linesmen for the tournament. They've been here for 12 days from the start, as you heard Ryan Hanley during the intermission interview.
Well done.
Great opportunity for
I think we
training
have
and
everybody
development. Getting set to kick off the festivities. I'll be quiet for Pauline.
I'm sure you'll all agree this has been an amazing 11 days of Super Tournament. We've had 4 divisions, 21 teams, 68 games, over 130 hours of games played, and 2,993 shots on goal. Well done, goalies, for taking all of that. Ice Hockey Western Australia, as a host association, would like to take this opportunity to thank several groups that have enabled the tournament to happen so smoothly this week and the previous week. Let's begin with thanking the wonderful staff of Cockburn Ice Arena and Cabin 401 who have taken such good care of us this week. The fabulous on-ice officials, referees and lines people up here, and the off-ice officials, live scorers and timekeepers. Today, all games ably scored in Tange by Braun and Craig and various others. The penalty box attendants, of which there have been multiple, and a myriad of staff and volunteers, including the merchandise team, all of the medics, our CEDA volunteers, Louis, Damon and Abby, the photographers and live stream crew, commentators led by Chris Langiel and Evan Locke, and the camera operators led by Riley Langiel and Samuel Lamb, and all coordinated and led all day, every day, very long days, by the fabulous Cassandra Edwards. Thank you, Cassie. Great job. I'd also like to say a special shout out to a number of people who have been here all day and every day, from around 6 a.m. every morning till around 9 p.m. Most nights of the week. The amazing Erica Hyde, who has been fabulous, coordinating so much behind the scenes. The IHWA President and co-tournament director, Dion Shearer. Thanks, Dion. Amazing work. The RIC and National Championships Director, so Mark O'Brien and Suze Garras, who've also been here all day, every day. A multitude of other people who are too many to kind of mention. And of course, in the words of Snoop Dogg, I'd also like to thank myself, because I'm fabulous too, and I've been here all day, every day. Woo! And finally, thanks to you, to all of you, to all of the players, the managers, the coaches, the parents, and the spectators who've made this whole event just absolutely fantastic. Really exciting, really fantastic games. You all have put your heart into it. It's been fabulous to watch and a whole lot of fun to be part of. So thank you all. Give yourselves a big round of applause, please. We're going to start now presenting the awards. I'm going to start by inviting the RIC up, Mark O'Brien, to present the medals to the referees. Here we go. I'll grab you your medals. Do whatever you like first. Do you want to come out and help him present?
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please have all the bronze medal of the championship referees, please?
So the officials getting medals from
Look at Hayden. He looks so dapper.
a little bit of chatter there. Referee in chief for the tournament, Mark O'Brien. Owen Coral.
And then Ben. And Ben.
Okay, could you want to grab those gold and I'll go and grab the other gold? So these are the Ginsberg gold.
The Canadians have the referees from the Ginsberg.
And these are the Ginsberg referees.
And Tange gold.
And then finally, the Tange gold medalists for our referees. Thank you so much.
And the medals to the Tange gold medal referee staff, officiating staff.
Thanks, Obi. Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
Over the last 10 days, we've had all our referees being assessed and listened to everything that both Chris Parks, our referee chief of Australia, and myself have given feedback on all of these officials. And we've actually got a rising star that we think is going to come through, and from our junior officials. So we would like to see where this career actually takes in the officiating. And this year we would like to welcome Jameson Harris.
So Chris Parks, the referee in chief for Australia, Ice Hockey Australia. Mark O'Brien, the supervisor for the tournament. Jameson Harris, official of the tournament, I believe that is.
Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now to present the player and team awards. We are joined today representing the Minister for Sport, the local member for Bibra Lake, Suki Lee, who's joined by Ice Hockey Australia President Ryan O'Hanley, IAK Director Kathy Rogers, and Ice Hockey Australia Coaching Director Mark Stevenson. And announcing the award winners is Ice Hockey Australia National Championship Director Suze Garris.
All the way up to the end. Yep, all the way. Okay, thanks, Pauline. Now, just before we start the moment you've all been waiting for, and we look at the awards, even though she thanked herself in Snoop Dogg style, I would actually like to, she doesn't look like she's listening to me at all, I would like to say a special thank you to Pauline Lodge from behalf of us all, who has done an amazing job this tournament. Thank you. Okay, we will start by presenting the Most Valuable Player Award for each team for Ginsberg. Guys, I'll ask that when I announce you, you come up, you'll receive your award, but if you would then like to come and stand next to Mark here once you get your award until everyone has come up, okay? And then we'll get a photo with everybody. All right, so don't go back. All right, so the Most Valuable Player Award for each team for Ginsberg, from New South Wales, Blaze Drew.
That's the goaltender for New South Wales, the most valuable player for the team for the Ginsberg tournament. being presented by Mark Stevenson, National Coaching Director.
From Queensland, Hamish Corser.
Hamish Corser from Queensland. Very solid defenseman for the Queensland Ginsburg team. Also played DeFreeze up an age group.
From Victoria, Jack Dillon.
Jack Dillon. He had some lovely goals this tournament. MVP for the team for Victoria.
Do you want to grab the fair play one too? But I give it while they're up there. Yep. And from WA, Anderson Magro.
Magro, the goaltender for WA. He was phenomenal this tournament. MVP for Team WA for the Ginsburg. He'll have to get a goaltending stick.
Okay, if you could stay there for me, guys, because we're now going to award the AIHL Best and Fairest Award. This goes to the most valuable player from this group who shows great sportsmanship and respect through fair play and low penalty minutes after the round robin. The award for Ginsburg goes to Hamish Corser.
Hamish Corser, best and fairest from Queensland. Got his hands full now. Ron Hanley presents him the Best and Fairest Award, first introduced in 2022.
Congratulations to our Ginsburg MVPs. You can go back. Yep, you can go back now.
So these aren't the actual sticks they will win. These are just representative. Skaters Network, I believe, provides the sticks.
And it's okay, boys, you will get those sticks. They will be ordered specially for you. So, but you do have to give that one back, Hamish.
Corser takes his stick back to the fold.
So cute.
I'm walking on the ice over there.
Okay.
Yep. Confirmed by...
Okay, we will now present the Most Valuable Player Award for each team for Sydney Tange. From ACT, Oscar Villegas. Oh, good. Thanks for helping, guys.
okay.
Yeah.
From ACT, the MVP for the team. Fun player to watch for an undermanned ACT side. 6 New South Wales player representing Newcastle and Sydney on that team.
From New South Wales, Gustav Remler Jensen.
Remler Jensen from New South Wales. Fast, skilled, big player, wicked shot. We saw him in that tying goal off the back bar. And the overtime
From
winner.
Queensland, Jackson Stanek.
Jackson Stanek from Queensland. The MVP for the team. He was fun to watch play.
From South Australia, Zach Murphin.
Zach Murphin, the goaltender from South Australia. Out of the lineup today, unfortunately. So he's got an injury that was serious enough to keep him out of the lineup.
From Victoria, Jet Porter.
Jet Porter from Victoria. When he put on the Jets, he moved.
And from WA, Ben Shearer.
Ben Shearer, WA MVP. Cass Edwards gesticulating to get them to pinch together a bit more.
And now for our AIHL Best and Fairest Award for Tange MVPs. And that goes to Ben Shearer.
Nice job, Ben. That award is sponsored by the AIHL to support development of players.
Congratulations to our MVPs.
So thanks to the AIHL for that one. Team MVPs and best and fairest for the tournament, Ben Shearer.
Okay. And now on to the individual awards for Philip Ginsberg.
Now the individual awards for the tournament for Ginsberg.
Starting with Best Goalkeeper from WA, Anderson Magro.
Anderson Magro, best goaltender from WA.
Pauline,
This is the Ginsberg.
am I inviting him to do the film? And he's the thing.
Now on to Best Defenceman, which is a tie. From Victoria, Dimitri Kokkajan, and from Western Australia, Corbin Barber.
Sherman and Barber from Victoria and WA, joint winners of the best defense for the tournament for the Ginsberg.
Her name?
I'm gonna have to go and ask it.
Yeah, let's ask Dion. She might not know. And now for our top point scorer for Ginsberg, from Victoria, Marcus Sandy.
Sharon Peterson.
Thank you. And if you can get a photo with all of them together, that would be great.
Best and fairest, no, the MVP for the tournament.
Congratulations to our Ginsberg Award winners. And now to the individual awards for the Sydney Tange. Best goalkeeper from South Australia, Zach Murphin.
Zach Murphin, South Australia, best goaltender. Again, they missed him in the final.
Best defenceman from Queensland, Hunter Boland.
Hunter Boland back on D. Slick skating D-man. Best defenseman for the Tange tournament. Solid in the back end.
And top point scorer from New South Wales, Logan Brody.
Logan Brody, 24 points scored in the round robin. Another 6 points in the final for a tournament total of 30. The captain for New South Wales. Those are the individuals.
And a photo of all three would be great. Okay. Good recovery, Zach.
Yeah, I hope that injury didn't involve a groin because he just about went for a spill.
Now, the team with the least penalties at the end of the round robin is awarded the Fair Play Trophy. This year, the award for Philip Ginsberg goes to Western Australia.
WA with the Fair Play Award for the Ginsberg tournament. Fewest penalties. Accepting the award is, I believe,
And
that's
stay
the
up here,
captain.
because we're going to announce Tange. Good work.
I believe that's the captain,
And
Pacino.
for Sydney Tange, the Fair Play Trophy goes to the ACT.
ACT Fair Play Trophy for Tange. Vote for it comes the captain. Chirping Murphin as he walks across the ice, knowing that he doesn't slip.
Congratulations, ACT and WA. I would now like to invite onto the ice our Ice Hockey New South Wales President Tim Kitching, our Ice Hockey WA President Dion Shearer, and our Ice Hockey South Australia Vice President Sharon Peterson. Okay, so now we will be presenting the medals to the teams. If we can start by having New South Wales to come forward one at a time to receive the Philip Ginsberg Bronze Medal. Congratulations.
Can't decide who's going to go first. So they come from both ends. Going for a tumble. Ice is slippery, as Eric Brook is known to say.
Congratulations, New South Wales. Could we now have Western Australia come forward to receive their silver medal? Congratulations, WA. And I'd like to welcome Victoria to come forward to receive their gold medal.
Gold medals being presented to the victorious team for the Ginsberg. That's Victoria. The coaches and management coming through.
Congratulations, Victoria. Can we now have Victoria come forward to receive the Sydney Tange bronze medal?
A lot of people to present medals to. Both the Ginsberg and the Tange teams here for the closing. What a great way to end it. Coming through the medal line, I wanted to give a big shout out to Cass Edwards. She's been behind all the live stream production, graphics you've seen over the past 10 days. Put it together over a short period of time. She's a
Congratulations, Victoria.
I'll continue that later.
Can we now have South Australia come forward to receive their silver medal?
South Australia for the silver medals. Victoria Cassandra is a freelance photographer, head of media for both the Perth Thunder and the Perth Inferno. So if you follow those teams on socials, you'll definitely see in her work. She's also an AIHL photographer, and you can catch her with the next AIHL finals in Melbourne, capturing all the big moments. Check out more of her work at Cass Edwards. That's CASSEDWARD.com. Louis.
Congratulations, South Australia. I know you're all excited, but if we can try and keep it down. And if the teams can still face forward, please, and keep it down. Okay. And now if we can please have New South Wales come forward to receive their gold medal.
Team New South Wales now accepting the gold medals. Before the moment everyone is waiting for, presentation of the trophies, I think we might have one more activity to be performed. Special appearance. Don't want to give it away. I'm not sure whether it's happening or not. As the New South Wales players go through the lineup, I got to say, what a fantastic tournament. Really appreciate the comments on socials and the corrections on my butchered name pronunciations. I've done my best, as we all have as commentators. Evan. James. Blair Ivans stepped in for a bit. Amy Hubble from Queensland. Chloe Sayers. Evan Locke. Finn Gordon. James Versluis. Julie Fixter had a shot out. Watched her son score his first Tange goal this tournament. Rick Cooper. Tony Tay. Riley Langell on the camera. Sam Lamb on the camera. Louis. Ewan. Aileen, all on the cameras. Really appreciate the efforts of everybody involved. And I've had a great time. I love watching these kids play, develop, and grow our sport of hockey in Australia.
Congratulations, New South Wales. Now I know that you're all getting cold and restless, but I need your attention for a bit longer, guys. I'm going to hand back over to Pauline now.
Pauline Lodge back on the microphone.
I don't like being over that way. Are you going to stay beside me to do?
So we have one final award to present today, the IHWA Tournament Directors Hustle and Heart Award. This award will be presented to the player or goalie who consistently demonstrated tenacity, resilience and overall great sportsmanship on and off the ice throughout the whole tournament. Gian and I have been watching closely over the last couple of weeks, and whilst there were a number of contenders, the award goes to, and I'm apologising for pronouncing it incorrectly before I say it, Fiorelli Arvises, who faced 231 shots in 5 games and did it all with a smile on his face. Amazing work.
Winning the tournament director's award.
How many shots he took?
Yeah.
We heard Pauline. We just call him Fury.
Fiorelli faced 231 shots over 5 games, made 186 saves, did a fantastic job.
231 shots over the tournament. 5 games.
Yeah, nice. Okay, we're now going to have Katrina Krings join us to sing the national anthem.
And as speculated, Katrina comes onto the ice for a rendition of our national anthem. Nice job by the singer of the national anthem as the trophies come out. Ginsburg and Tange, the original trophies. They won't get to keep these. They'll get replicas for their state associations.
You just won.
Just a bit of discussion on what's going on.
Welcome or ask the captain of Team Victoria, the winners of Ginsburg 2025, to please come and accept the trophy.
That's the captain of the Victorian side accepting the Ginsburg trophy. And let's become a tradition, the low to high celebration. Everybody trying to touch that trophy. And Victoria, the only downside is they can't skate it around the ice
And
after the
now,
championship.
the captain of New South Wales, please come up and accept the Sydney Tange Trophy 2025.
Renner Jensen comes forward, or Dap Brody comes forward, excuse me, and accepts the trophy. Gotta love it.
Congratulations, New South Wales and Victoria.
That never gets old.
And I declare the 2025 Ginsburg and Tange Championships closed. New South Wales and Victoria, please feel free to celebrate, and everybody else.
There we go. That'll do it for the 2025.
Sorry, actually, apologies. One more little thank you.
Tange and
We have one
Ginsburg
more
trophy.
little thank you. Apologies, I forgot to make this announcement. Yeah.
Can you present this to Susan?
Oh, yes.
We just take a moment to say thank you to Suze Garris, the National Championship Tournament Director for Ice Hockey Australia. Thanks, Suze.
Final presentation to Sue Garris, National Championship
And now officially,
chair.
I declare this tournament closed. Please feel free to celebrate. Everybody travel home safely. See you all next time. Woo!
And there we go. We're just about wrapped up for the tournament. Final words, a shout out to Cockburn Ice Arena for hosting the event. Cabin 401 for keeping us fed and full of coffee. Cass Edwards again, beautiful performance by her IT team to bring this live stream to you throughout the last 12 days and coordinate all of the commentators, the camera people. Brought this together pretty quickly, and you can catch her website and her work on cassedwards.com. Representative and head of media for both the Perth Thunder and Perth Inferno. So if you've seen those teams play and you follow them on socials, then you've definitely seen her work. She's also an AIHL photographer, and you'll see her at the AIHL finals capturing all the big moments. So thanks, Cass, for putting all this together. Thanks to for the production team and all the commentators that contributed for the team. This is Chris Langell doing a final sign-off. We'll see you next time.